Welcome to Ninja Monkeys Sunday, Monday, depending on where you're watching from. Very happy to be here, and I hope everyone's had a good weekend and everyone has a good week ahead. Just want to remind you that this is a Japan travel Q&A. I try to answer your questions, give you advice if I can, and if I can't, then I won't. Basically, I hope you can all hear me. By the way, I'm just sorting out just something. I don't know why, but I had something set up and it's disappeared. But I think that okay, here we go. Here we go. So yeah, hopefully you can all hear me. Let me know where you're watching from, and I just wanted to remind you that at Ninja Monkey to get my attention, super chats and members, etc. will get priority. As always, all those little things support the channel and help me continue making content, help me continue traveling to Japan and making more content. So that's where we at. And so yeah, just let me know where you are all watching from, what the weather's like, what the time is like, and how long you have for your next Japan trip. All right. So let's get started. Bojo Pigeon, howdy. How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well. Lord McGray, don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe. Indeed. Hello everyone, and Common Commenter is also here. Awesome. Good evening everyone from the UK. Thanks Japan Ichiban. I think you're going to be the lone, you might be the lone moderator in this live stream, because Philippe is in Japan right now, so he's in a better place than us. Girl Wander Down Under, hey, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Thanks for your support, by the way. Good afternoon from Colorado. 31 more days, the countdown has begun. Indeed, 31. Look, there's 31 people watching right now, so 31 days for 31 people. Aloha from Hawaii, another island, but pretty much the opposite side of the globe. Indeed. Japan next week, Bojo Pigeon, awesome. And cheers from Germany. Thank you so much, Lord McGray. Let me add you to the wall. Well, first of all, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much for your support. And let me add you to the wall. Lord McGray. Thanks, dude. Much appreciated. Every little helps after all. So yeah. Nice donation already, indeed. Tawada, how are you, my man? I hope that you're not looking. I hope that you are not too upset about going back to Japan. Sydney just past 6 a.m. That's very early. Did you wake up especially for the stream, or are you already awake? That's my question. Hello from Boston. I leave for Japan on October the 16th. That's like, what, in 18 days? 17 days? That's nothing. Amigo, hello, fellow Japan lovers. Indeed, I think we have a great community here of people who love Japan, specifically love traveling Japan, and I think specifically love to help other people love Japan, or love to help other people travel Japan. I know that my moderator, Japan, if you don't follow him on Facebook, then please do, because he's got a great Facebook page with a big community on there, which you can also tap into to get ideas and insights and chat to people, etc. But yeah, we're leaving from Nashville to Tokyo and Okinawa in 5 days. First time in Japan, first time out of the USA. What? Awesome. My mom is Japanese. There will be 15 of us traveling all together. That sounds like quite the adventure. First time traveling in a group of 15. That sounds quite adventurous. And how are you doing in terms of accommodation for such a big group of people, by the way? Jeff, dude, how are you doing from Tennessee? Had rain for 3 days due to the hurricane. Yeah, guys, I hope that anybody who's near in that area, you know, the hurricane in the USA, etc. Scary stuff watching on the news. So please be safe. And Japan has 22 days. Only 22 days. Seriously, only 22 days. I don't know how many days I have. I have like just 3.5 weeks, I guess. 3 weeks or something. Sanax, good day to you. Konnichiwa, ohayo gozaimasu, I don't know, konbanwa, or depending where you are. As terrible as December is, we are very traditional, so we, as expected, attend Beethoven the Ninth Symphony performance. Awesome. Hola, amigo. Hi, sanas. 10 a.m. here. Wow, 10 a.m. Trip. Next trip not planned yet, so you've come to the right place. Got back earlier this month, but excited to go back soon. Yeah, you know, I put together that Japan over tourism video. You know, I think YouTube might be suppressing it, to be honest, because it had all the elements of being a good video. It was performing really well the first 5 hours, 6 hours. It was, you know, getting traction, and then all of a sudden it went from imagine like a ranking out of 10. It went from a top 3 video to basically a 10 out of 10 video, like instantly, as if it was suppressed. But anyway, it's still there, it's still getting some views, and I had some, you know, I've had some interesting comments on that video, mostly positive. I think a lot of people wanting to chime in with their thoughts, and you know, that's the whole point of the video, was to bring awareness and to make us think of you know, how things are working, why things are going, why things are happening. Not necessarily for me to point the finger or say specifically the reason for the problem, but for example, I mentioned trash cans in the video, and I made it very clear that I'm not advocating for more, you know, for widespread trash cans, just to make things a little bit easier, you know. So yeah, if you haven't watched that one, please check it out. I'm usually up early on weekdays. Habit from my hospital days. Oh, okay, actually I think that because it is now, what's the time here? It's 7 minutes past 10. I'm thirsty. It's a Coke Zero. I need a bit of caffeine. Yeah, I mean Coke Zero. Hello from Denver. Packing now? Are you using my packing tips? Are you? Stacy, we are all staying in an Airbnb in Koto for 7 days, and another Airbnb in Okinawa for 7 days. All 15 of us together. Sounds like loads of fun. Loads of fun. How's the state of the yen? Would you recommend exchanging now or exchanging when I arrive in Japan? You know, when it comes to like currency, like exchange, I think that I don't exchange at all anymore. I use currency apps. I have my currency card. I use my credit card most of the time, and then, or my debit card, and then if I really need any money, I use an ATM. So it's a very difficult one for me, but I think that in terms of the rate of the yen, it's always changing. Let me just get myself comfortable. It's always changing. It's, even though it's not as good as it was, like for example in August, it's still very good compared to my previous trips, you know. So my recommendation is to just, you know, exchange, have some money ready to go. Planning to go in 2 weeks. Ooh. And it's still good. Exactly. Also, so Lord McGray says exchange in Japan. I've never exchanged in Japan. I've never had the need to, but this is what we're here for. It's because we collectively have a lot of information and experience, and we can help each other. Laurie, hi. I hope you're all okay after Helen. In California, we are going into the very high fire danger week, and I'm nervous. Well, please be safe. Please be safe. Let's see. Remember, please at Ninja Monkey or question if you have a specific question, or I might miss your comment. You know. Good news. We are still saving for a Tokyo trip next fall. Nice. Look up the real exchange rate on XC or similar currency exchange around me. Charge like 5 or 10%. Yeah, this is the problem with currency exchange officers. Usually they take a commission, and usually it's quite a chunk. of money. So even though the rate might sound very good, you need to take into account how much they're taking from you. I try to use cash as little as possible. Bojo Pigeon, I think that I'm getting to that point now. I've mentioned this various times on different Q&A streams, and I think that now I've got to the point where maybe I'd say 70% of my transactions are cashless, meaning that I either use a credit card, debit card, or a Suica card to pay. So it is possible, you just need to know how to do it. Jim Ross, what the heck? $50? There is. Thank you so much, my man. Wait a minute. I think for that sort of donation, much appreciated, by the way. For that donation, I think if it works or not, I'm not very sure if it will work. But I give you the monkey. And obviously, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much, and obviously I need to add you to the list before I read the comment, or I might forget and then I might be unhappy that I forgot. Jim Ross, the king. Right, so Jim says, there is doubt that your channel has been in the vanguard of changing how Japan has been viewed. You highlight the best and not so perfect aspects of Japan travel. Last video was perfect for making tourists consider things that most channels don't. Thank you so much. It was probably one of the hardest topics to talk about, because I know that there's many opinions and I know that it's very easy to step on people's toes. I didn't want it to come across as a negative, like pointing sort of video. I wanted it to come out as a sort of discussion with some of my points of views, like interwoven in what is actually a very, as you can see, a very complicated topic. I spent many hours, and I know that Japan will know this because I've been communicating with him about this topic, but I've been working on this for a while and scripting and changing, and then I come up with some stat and it changed and it completely messes whatever idea I had. Then I come up with I find a statistic for the amount of people that enter, and then I find a more updated one that changes everything. So it's been very complicated. I don't think it's a straightforward issue. I think that it's just an issue that needs to be spoken about, looked at, and the more awareness there is, the better. And I think that actually the video that I put out, the 47 prefecture video, that one, that video I think is a great video to get ideas to exit the Golden Triangle and visit places where less people are traveling to. So anyway, thanks so much for the super chat, much appreciated. Let's see. Any questions? Hey Nathan, nice name by the way. I get from my bank directly and don't cost any extra, but use mainly cards. I leave February the 8th for 2 weeks. Awesome. You know what, Jeff, I will be in Japan maybe around that time, so we'll see. Plans arrive on November the 1st. Exchange money over there, just taking my digital Suica, and hope to survive the first few hours like that. I always travel with around 10,000 yen in my wallet, or maybe less, and it's usually the leftovers from the previous trip. And I never travel with more than that because I know that I can use my Suica, my digital Suica, and I can top it up quite easily. Yeah. Jim, everyone loves you today. No part of that. I got what you were saying. Stacy, Ninja Monkey, what is the best internet service or eSIM for Japan using an iPhone? I'm going to be very clear here. Look, you you guys can research and find, alternatives to what I say. I have no problem with people going and finding something else, and sometimes people say, hey, I found a better offer, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine, obviously. But if you are interested, then I do have a affiliate link with Sakura Mobile, and it helps the channel a hell of a lot, because every single time that you purchase pocket Wi-Fi with Sakura Mobile, I get a teeny weeny little bit of the money, and no additional cost to you. The product's going to cost exactly the same. But the good thing is that it's a product that I can vouch for. It's a product that I use. And if you're on an iPhone, then you can even get an eSIM with them, depending on your iPhone model. And you know what? I went down the eSIM road over the summer, and I think I'm going to continue using eSIMs. It works really well for me as a solo traveler, as somebody who's traveling on their own. But I understand that people who might be in families or in with a partner or with a friend wanting to get a pocket Wi-Fi and sharing internet connectivity. But for someone traveling on their own, I think the eSIM worked very well. So there you have it. Thank you for the question, by the way. Happy anniversary. Whoa, 22 months. Amazing, dude. Thanks for your support. When Revolut offered over 165 buying yen with euros, my local Berlin exchange offered 150. Okay, so local exchange rate was really bad outside of Japan. But Revolut has its own sort of rules, It's its own, not rules, but it's its own thing. Ooh, let's see. And Jim Ross, dude, you're on fire. You are on fire. You've gifted 10 Ninja Monkey memberships too. Thank you so much. I need to replay the monkey thanks. I don't know if it's working. By the way, that's the sound of Daniel from Daniel and Yuka's channel, which is kind of funny. And arigatou gozaimasu. If you're lucky and you have become a member, then check out some of those fantastic emojis. Love the video about tourism. I think you made some very good points in both directions of tourists, but also Japanese to maybe adopt a little bit more. I hope so. I hope so. I am proud of that video. I went down more of a documentary style, investigative sort of like segment, which I don't normally do. I just hope it wasn't too boring. I honestly I think it's my biggest fear when I put a video out is that it's going to be boring. People are going to watch 10 seconds and turn off, especially with a big subject, a big topic like that. I didn't want it to be clickbait either. Clickbaity either. I wanted it to be, and I think that the title does go with the video, so hopefully it isn't clickbait, but people will click on it because this is an interesting topic. November, awesome. Wonder where to find the digital entry card for Japan to avoid filling out the dreaded yellow cards. Yeah, if you search for Visit Japan Web, and maybe my moderator can help here. There's an official website, Visit Japan Web, and you can register on there. It's super straightforward. It's really easy. I highly recommend it. It's improving all the time. There are interesting prayer rooms and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Hey Jennifer, I am Genki. Thanks. I'm so glad you're here. I am so glad you're here. I was actually wearing around the house my baseball baseball Tigers jersey shirt. I don't know what it's called in American, but I was thinking about you. So it was pretty cool. My friends keep telling me why you keep going to Japan. I love it. I don't want to go anywhere else. What do you think? Do you have the same experience? Do I have to answer that? Do I have the same experience? Absolutely. I love traveling to Japan. I love exploring Japan. I love exploring new places. I love returning to places that I've been to. I love the people that I meet along the way. It's all part of an adventure. It's set up so conveniently for a solo traveler like myself, and I'm very fortunate that I can hopefully use the knowledge that I acquire to help people like you, or people who are traveling to Japan. I am really trying very hard to focus this channel and make it a Japan travel planning channel, like really niche it down to Japan planning, and from the perspective of a tourist, because I think there's a lot of Japanese recently, in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 months, there's been a few Japanese content creators, new content creators, bringing out Japan like travel tips, and I just think, how? Why? You're not a tourist. Like, what can you bring to the table, really, to a certain degree? I think you need to listen to people who travel in and out of Japan all the time. Goat Hub, I'm doing well, thank you so much. Howdy, Monkey Crew, indeed. Kampai to you. Non-mods are blocked from posting links, Herbert, but if you are in the Discord, then maybe Japanese Japan can go into Discord, get the link that you've posted, and repost it in your behalf. Monkey, oh, you like the monkey sound? The monkey sound is epic. It's linked to a story. I was actually with Daniel from the channel Daniel and Yuka, and back in the Clay. We were in a Burger King, and I was saying to Daniel and Yuka, well, to Daniel, I was saying, I love how you've got like this song when people donate. I wish I had something like that, because they do like a neko, they do like a song, and I thought maybe I should have a monkey sound, and he did like a monkey sound. I said, I'm going to record it, and that's how the sound, yeah. Ooh, Tawada, I've told you, you need to send me like a full list of things. Tourism video was fair and balanced. I've seen other YouTubers chastising the foreign audience to police each other in Japan. I highly doubt Japan police want foreigners policing each other. I agree. You don't want anybody policing anybody, really. Make Japan great again. Yay! I love those emojis. Actually, I need to add some more emojis. Hello, Ninja Monkey. I want to use Sakura Mobile, but my bank doesn't accept payment, so I try to use another mobile service. Really? That's interesting. I don't see why you'd have a problem using, purchasing anything with Sakura Mobile. But hey. Filling the electronic form did not work? What do you mean it did not work? I don't understand. Like, the QR code didn't work? Yeah, also, I do have a Klook. I like highlighting companies that treat me very well, and I have to say that Klook treats me very well. I'm working on a video now for next week, which will have a sponsored segment from Klook, and I'm really, it's a video I wasn't expecting to put out, but it's gonna be interesting to see what you guys think. Anyway, so Klook is there. Also, bring your towel into the onsen so you aren't dripping wet on the tatami mat. Yes, please don't drip on the tatami mat, guys. It's still quite, the weather here is lovely, but it's still warm right now. You know you're a Japan otaku when you start planning your subsequent trips to Japan. Indeed. Indeed, that is true. Yeah, Tawada, you always seem to repeat the same statements. You say it's funny to see tourists who are not Buddhists visiting temples, but the visiting temples for its beauty and for how different the building and the experience of the feeling is compared to their country. Lots of people from around the world visit European cathedrals and churches and places of worship like that because they are beautiful also, even though they might not be Christians. What do you like most about Japan? For me, I love the culture, and every time I go there, I feel like I come back learning new things about life. That's very deep. What do I love the most about Japan? I think, thinking about it, I think the number one thing that I love about Japan is just, it is a country of convenience. Everything is super convenient. From travel to, booking things, eating, paying, convenies, everything, laundry. It's just such a convenient country that you don't realize until you are back home how convenient things are. When you're like craving a vending machine and there isn't one, that's when you go, damn it. Hey, thank you so much. For things that require a ticket like Shibuya Sky, Tokyo Tower, etc., it's better to get tickets right then and there online a little bit before, like a day or two. Also, is Klook vital? By the way, thank you so much. And I need to first of all, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much for your support there, and I need to add you to my lists of supporters, because actually I need to put a little asterisk because Jim Ross added some members, but I think that's right. It's so tiny I can't see it. But is that right? I hope so. But number one, none of my affiliate links and the products that I mention are vital. They are just there so that you can support the channel in a different way, really. But when it comes to booking things like Shibuya Sky, Tokyo Tower, etc., and Universal Studios, for example, then I would actually say that booking through Klook is going to be a very, very, very simple way of getting access to tickets. I've used them for Team Labs. I've used them for Universal Studios. I've used them for parks, for trains, for hotels. I've used them a heck of a lot for JR passes. I've even got them via Klook, and I wouldn't say it's vital, but it's just really, really easy. And if your question is it better to get tickets before or online, a little before, I suggest that you look at the attraction that you want to go to, and depending on the attraction depends on when you book your ticket, because there are some places that are going to be sold out very quickly. For example, not that they sell out very quickly, but Team Labs, for example, they do tend to start selling out quite fast, and probably if you wanted to get a ticket 1, 2 or 3 days before, it'd probably be sold out. You probably need to book a good month or more in advance to get the ticket that you need. But with Shibuya Sky, it would be probably the same. You probably want to book in advance. Whilst we're talking about this, I'll just put the Klook their QR code. But then there are things like the Tokyo Tower and the Skytree. Those ones probably you can even get on the day, to be honest. However, it's probably better to have the ticket in advance just for peace of mind, and also so you can skip the queue. You can basically get your ticket before you get to the location. So I hope that answers your question. I think that's what you were asking. I'm not 100% sure, but I hope so. But thank you. Thanks for your support, dude. Let's see, reading. Which island is the best in Okinawa? Planning to go next year. I went to where I went to Ishigaki Island, and I must say that I haven't been to the other islands, you know, to Naha, to the main island, for example. I've only been to Ishigaki. That's where I planned to go from the very beginning, because I really wanted to have a experience of Okinawa that wasn't too touristy. Not saying that Okinawa is too touristy. I haven't been to Naha, but my understanding is that there is quite an American presence in the island, and I wanted to go to the, you know, the Okinawan image that I had in my head, which were like those crystal blue oceans, the white sand, and that's what doing my research, I noticed that Ishigaki is the island, is a place that people go to the island for that. So maybe you want to go there. What I miss the most about Japan is the bathrooms. I get it. I used to look for all my ticket purchases besides the small mum and pop ones. Yeah, like I said, I use them quite often. Usually, even when I shop around, I usually notice that the prices on Klook are usually the same. Klook can also help you find events and locations you didn't know about. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Heather, hello from Colorado, USA. Hey, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I would say the worst tourist behavior I saw was unwillingness to eat the local food. One lady at the buffet breakfast who sat next to me picked at a few Japanese items. I know people can be picky eaters, and I understand that sometimes it can be difficult. There are ways to be respectful even when there's food that you don't like, and then there are ways to definitely be not respectful when you're eating food. I agree with you. Are we going to Torikizoku? Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Of course we are. In about 4 weeks' time, no? More or less, I guess, at this point. I would say so. Probably in about 4 weeks' time. Kampai. Michaela! Hello, how are you doing, Michaela, by the way? I hope you're doing well. And which city in Japan did you have the most fun? That's a good question. I think that I've had a lot of fun in different cities in Japan for different reasons. Obviously, I've had a lot of fun in Tokyo across multiple trips with friends. It's always fun to drink when you're with friends, you know. But in terms of the most fun, what would I say? I just loved probably the Tohoku Matsuris in the summer in Tohoku region. Maybe Morioka and Aomori. For the Matsuri themselves, they were so much fun. So yeah. Gerardo, my wife installed a Japan toilet seat in her house after our trip. Actually, my toilet is probably not my bathroom, like the room itself, I like. But ever since I've been traveling to Japan, I have this love-hate relationship with the toilet seat. It wobbles, I'm just not happy with it. And I've already started trying to investigate how on earth I can get myself a Japanese toilet so that I can once and for all be content in my own home. Dude. Torikozoku funds. Thank you so much, Japanese Japan. I'm gonna need a let me just Arigatou gozaimasu. But I'm gonna need a chicken sound for the torikozoku. Japan, I put JJI. Japan, Ichi. Because it's not gonna fit. Oh, JJJI? What? JJI. Thanks so much, Michaela and Alan. Hi there, I'm flying from London to Tokyo in 2 days. Awesome, can't wait. I'm excited. Hope to see you there. Well, I'm actually in Europe right now. I actually don't live in Japan, although a lot of people think that I do because I'm, all my content is Japan based. But I think that's what makes me a little bit different because it keeps things real. I don't live in Japan. I travel to Japan every now and then, or quite a lot actually. But it means that when I come home, I reset myself and then I'm ready for the next trip. And when I get to the next trip, I'm, excited to take Japan and squeeze as much fun and awesomeness I can out of the country and share it with you guys, right? Food and snacks in Japan, that's easy. So easy. Natto is not too bad. I still haven't tried natto properly. I've sort of tried it, but not properly. Hi there, I'm flying to Japan on the 1st of October 2024. What? Wait a minute, 1st of October is like in 2 days time. Wow. From London Heathrow, will arrive at Haneda a day later in the evening. Wanna go out from there? One. Let's go. Wanna go out from there? One. Let's go. Okay. I didn't quite get the ending. But the traveling from Heathrow to Haneda Airport is so easy, and traveling out of Haneda to Tokyo is so easy. So easy peasy. Did I ever think about working in Japan and living there? Absolutely, of course I have. I think I've thought about it many times, but I think that I have a very good arrangement right now. And like I mentioned, in a way, living here and traveling to Japan keeps me grounded. Would I want to live in Japan for a long period of time? I'm not very sure, to be honest. I've always said it. I love my family. I love where I live. I love my job here, and I think that if I worked in Japan, any free time that I had, any vacation time that I had, I would probably end up traveling back home anyway. So I just do it the other way around. I live here and I use my vacation time to travel to Japan. So if I did have the opportunity to, for example, take 6 months and live in Japan, or take a year and live in Japan, maybe I would. Where in Europe am I? I am in a very unique location in Europe. I am in Gibraltar. The Rock of Gibraltar is a tiny British overseas territory which is located in the very south of the Iberian Peninsula, just at the mouth of the Mediterranean. So very interesting place. We just landed in Tokyo Haneda Airport last night and are currently staying in Tokyo. Awesome. Any recommendations on best ramen spots? Tweet, love the channel. Thank you so much, Gorilla Daddy. I think when it comes to recommendations of eating, there's a few things that you can do. Number one, I don't know specific recommendations. There are hundreds, thousands of ramen stores, but I'll give you some recommendations of how you can find some good ramen. Number one, if there's a queue, a line, and it's mostly locals and not tourists, then you're probably going, going in the right direction. I find that there are some ramen stores that are just full of Westerners, and that for me is a little bit questionable. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I think it's very difficult to get a bad meal in Japan, to be honest. That's the first thing. Number two, if you go on Google Maps and you search for ramen, but you don't search for ramen with English like writing, but you search with hiragana or katakana or kanji or whatever, like Japanese words, ramen in Japanese, you'll get the Japanese listing and not the Western listing, and that will hopefully give you some ways of finding good ramen. Ninja Monkey is in Gibraltar. I am. I am indeed. Does this mean we'll get a Japan Ichiban Makela and Ninja Monkey collaboration video? He said hopefully. We'll be meeting. I don't know if there's going to be a video. Unfortunately, he won't be able to make it to the meetup that I'm planning because of the dates. It looks that way. And on the day that I want to meet him, I have something in the evening, but we're going to meet at some point. So much to try indeed. Let's say when I arrive, I want to drop my stuff at the hotel and go out straight to the clubs, pubs. That's what I meant. Okay. Of course, do it. How do I like the harmonica yokocho? Best place to eat there. Like I said, I don't have specific. This is a Japan travel planning. Yeah, I don't really have food specific recommendations. I help you plan and find the best food and give you tips on how to find the best food. Like I said, there's so freaking many across the whole of Japan. I would say steer away from the places that influencers tell you to go to and find your own, because you're not going to go wrong. Vegetarian food in Japan. Again, a little bit difficult. I think that being a vegetarian in Japan is difficult, and I've known a lot of people who have become flexitarians on their trip to Japan just for that trip. Because if you start looking at the core of things, they might use some pork broth or whatever, so you need to be a little bit careful. My advice for vegetarian food is that you go prepared, that you actually do your research like you obviously are doing right now, and at least have 1 or 2 backup spots that you can always go to. One of the restaurants that is an easy option for vegetarians or even vegans is Coco Ramen. They have a really good list of allergens, a really good list of vegetarian and vegan alternatives that you might want to check out as a backup anyway, No fish, no meat. I also made the mistake of going to the food stand with the shortest line. If the line is short during the busy time, there's a reason. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It is. I think it's just one of those things that even when the line is short, you're still going to get a pretty good meal in Japan. You might just might not get the better meal, but it's not terrible. It was brutal, really. Wow. Ramen. There you go. Japan. Thank you so much. Yeah, actually, surprisingly, ramen is unhealthy, quite unhealthy. But you gotta remember, people don't eat it all the time. I don't think people eat ramen for every single day when they're in Japan. It's a good little treat to have. Agreed that I really haven't had a bad meal whilst over there in the past weeks. How many days do you think is enough to stay in Yokohama? Depends what you want to do. I think that probably, like I said, it depends on what you want to do. You could even stay in Tokyo and travel to Yokohama for the day, but I think that 2 nights is probably enough, to be honest. Unless you want to explore, south from Okinawa. Okinawa could potentially be a good base to explore the Izu Peninsula, potentially to explore Kamakura, Enoshima, and so on. Ramen is not spicy. There is spicy ramen, but that's not the normal ramen. Is not spicy. How do you manage your weight indulging in all that yummy Japanese food on your trips? I think a lot of walking, 20,000 steps a day. Are there many places where you can use free Wi-Fi? It's becoming increasingly more common to get free Wi-Fi, but it's a pain in the ass, to be honest. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Apart from that, there will be times where you might be asked to register. Sometimes asking for a phone number. It's just not worth it. You can't rely on it. Trying to find the best beef bowl in Tokyo. Anyone in the comments got any recommendations? Gorilla Daddy, you should join our you should join our what do you call it? Discord group, because there's loads of people that are always actively trying to help one another. But if you want to join Patreon, you can too. Oh, you want to find something like chicken stuff? I mean, I recommend Torikizoku. I wouldn't say it's the best in Tokyo, but it's easy. It's an easy one if you want to have like cheap chicken skewers, you know. Yeah, I don't tend to have a lot of spicy food myself either, to be honest. Pickleball. You know, this is really interesting that you mentioned that, because I had never heard of pickleball until probably last week, and something came up on YouTube about a pickleball that was banned because of the noise that the ball makes or something. So I had to look it up. So that's how much I know about pickleball. Hi there, I'm from South Africa. I'm planning to go to Japan during December 2024. I'm planning on using Klook for my Shinkansen tickets, but I have no idea how it works. Any advice? Of course, if you wanted to use Klook for Shinkansen tickets, use my affiliate link to help the channel out. But it's quite simple. You will basically choose your route, choose your time. You will then get a QR code, which you then at the station exchange for a real ticket that you put into the gate. Although somebody told me that things have changed, I haven't tried it personally this new way, but apparently you can actually scan the QR code directly into the ticket gate, but I haven't tried that myself yet. Very easy, very easy. Good morning. Which is easier, better to use moving around Tokyo, IC card or the Tokyo 24/48 72 day pass? They both work exactly the same way. I think that an IC card, you just tap and the thing opens. But if you did get the Tokyo pass, day pass, or the 48-hour 72-hour pass, then you would put the ticket in and have to get it out of the other side. The only thing is that an IC card is really interchangeable between JR and the metro and pretty much all the train system in Tokyo, but you will be paid on a pay as you go sort of. Every single time you tap in, every single time you tap out, you will be charged on the card. Whilst the Tokyo, I think it's a metro 24/48 72 day pass, that one usually I think you can only use it in the metro. You won't be able to use it in JR lines, so you need to consider that also. Hello, hola everyone, hello. Alicia, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. How is it going? It's going well, I think. Arigatou gozaimasu, dude. Arigatou. Let me just add you to my support wall of support. I feel the love today. I'm really feeling the love today. Much appreciated. I mean, more and more you can find on the topic of vegan stuff, more and more you can find, but I think that we're still at the point where you need to do your research before you go to Japan so that you can have a backup plan. It's not going to be like some places. it's going to be a little bit less common to find specifically vegan or vegetarian dishes. The best way to get to Okinawa is definitely not swimming. The best way to get to Okinawa is absolutely going via plane, flying. The worst meal I've had in Japan was good. That is because it was according to my taste, not because the food wasn't tasty. Mostly food was exceptional, so good was a letdown. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Like, you get good food and then you get exceptional food. You know, that is like sort of like the the measure of food in Japan. Nathan, I made it. Hello, brother. Hello, Anthony. How are you doing? We've got about 10 minutes for the stream, more or less. Maybe a little bit longer, but around that time, around that amount of time. You went to Shogo to learn the samurai. How was it? It's good, eh? Did you see my video by any chance? Leaving for Japan tomorrow. That's awesome, man. I had a chicken sandwich from 7-Eleven last night, and man, it was so good. Like, I couldn't believe how good it was for cheap. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Food in Japan is rather cheap. It can be rather cheap. Still searching for the best eSIM provider that covers me data for 15 days with a bundle that refreshes every 24 hours. Anyone? Over here, you know, I encourage you to research yourself, but I am going to once again bring up Sakura Mobile just because I use them. And the thing with Sakura Mobile is that you can actually, for example, with an eSIM, you can actually get yourself either an unlimited eSIM, which basically means that you have unlimited data, but you will be capped after a certain amount of things. After 2 gigabytes of usage, you will be capped, and then the next day it sort of restarts. There are some limits. Or you can get a specific like data amount, which is what I would recommend. It's what it sounds you want, where basically you pay for the amount of data that you want to use, but you won't have a cap. So for example, if you want to get 50 gigabytes, you'll have 50 gigabytes, and you can use that 50 gigabytes as much as you know, as quickly as you want or as slowly as you want. But once it's over, you need to purchase another bundle. So for example, I used in 5 weeks, I used 100 gigabytes, but there was no limit. I hope that helps anyway. I don't know if that helps or not, but Lord McGray, you do not drink enough Coca-Cola. 0. Lord McGray, dude, thank you. I think you deserve, because it's the second time, you deserve the monkey thanks. I usually do the monkey thanks for very big arigato, for very big donations, but arigato gozaimasu, and I must add a little asterisk to your second donation there in your name. Thank you so much, dude. Has anybody watched Frieren, the anime? I just finished the first series. I think it's the first series I finished. Maybe, well, I got quite far anyway. What? Alex, thank you so much. I arrived late to the stream. I really enjoy your language learning with Orange Pearl. Can you please do more? Thanks again. Love your channel, bro. Yeah, of course I want to do more. First of all, I love hanging out with Oriental Pearl. I'm always learning from her, and she's always guiding me, and it's really helping the channel. But making those language learning videos actually helped me learn Japanese. So absolutely, I've already started putting together a list of words that I want to include in a future video. We have two videos so far, and I'm not very sure when the next one will be, but I'm guessing it might be out maybe around the end of the year or the beginning of maybe January or something. We'll see. But thank you so much, and arigatou gozaimasu. Thanks for your encouragements there. And let me just add you to the wall of support, the support wall. Alex, your whole name may not fit, so I'll try and fit as much as I can. King Cole, Alex King Cole. Oh, it does. Your name does fit. Awesome. Thank you. Let's see. And some more Coke Zero. This stream, my very first stream of this style of stream, was during COVID, when I had COVID in 2020. 6 weeks time, I will be in Wakayama. Nice, awesome. Whale is on the menu. Tawada eats whale, apparently. Howdy, Ninja Monkey community. I currently reside in the US. I am in the tattoo industry. Cool. Here, and think it will be a dream to work as a tattoo artist and live in Japan. Is this dream possible? I think every dream is possible. Would it be difficult? Maybe. I don't have any tattoos. Absolutely no tattoos. I love onsen too much to have tattoos. But I think that Japan is becoming increasingly more tattoo acceptable. They accept tattoos more and more. But unfortunately, it's still a little bit of a taboo. It just depends where you go in Japan. But I know I've traveled. Actually, once I traveled with a friend with tattoos, and didn't have any issues really. Highly recommend the Welcome Suica. Easy to add your Shinkansen tickets, and using all the JR lines are super simple. Yeah, thanks for the tip, Will. The pass is way cheaper if you're more than 3 days. We're talking about the Metro Pass, I think there. Okay, let's see. Buses can be very crowded. Can you get to attractions by train without taking the bus? There's only 2 train lines in Tokyo. They don't necessarily go to the main locations of Kyoto. You can get as far, relatively far, but then you either need to get a taxi or get a bus or walk. Kyoto is very big. The tourist locations are very spread out, and probably walking isn't gonna do it for you. My recommendation, you can sort of get a bus or get a taxi to the locations furthest away and sort of make your way back slowly. But yeah, you can't get to attractions with just a train, unfortunately. Buses are the way to go in Kyoto. Hello, Alex. I think you've already said hello to you. Any questions? Are there any extra charges for foreigners to rent an apartment long term? That's a good question, and probably yes. No, in Japan, probably yes. You might find that the key money or the deposit might be higher than for a Japanese person, maybe. Hello from Australia. I want to, but Japanese knives are for cooking. Where's the best store or street in Tokyo to buy? You can go to Kappabashi, which is exactly what Japan has said. I would recommend that area. Thanks, JJI, for that. Came late to the chat, no problem. Finally had a well-needed good night's sleep. I'm glad. I'm just getting through the questions quickly because I'm going to start finishing off relatively soon. First flight and hotels in Japan. Sven, welcome to the club. Coming back in December, and we'll be staying in Nakai. It's easy to get to Shin Okuba from there. I mean, if you do a quick Google search, I feel like I need to do like a Google like tutorial how to use Google. It's quite easy. Alicia, thank you. Another one, Alicia. Seriously, thank you so much. Let me just get your question answered. Question: have you stayed in Shiba before? If so, would you recommend it? By the way, I love Ninja Monkey. Thank you. I can't wait to use your tips in 3 weeks for my Japan trip. So thank you. Keep on going. I can't wait for you to use my tips. But most importantly, I can't wait for you to explore, find some tips so that you can come back and share, because a lot of these tips that I give out is as a result of you guys giving me tips too. You know, it's sort of a two-way thing. Have I stayed in Shiba before? No, I have not, unfortunately. That is the answer. Would I recommend it? I'm not very sure. What's in your itinerary? What is in your itinerary? I even need to check. I need to check in the map. Have I been to Shiba? Shiba is just an area in Tokyo, but where is it? Atamachi Minato. It sounds like a good area. Yeah, I would recommend it. I think the golden rule when you want to stay in Tokyo is to make sure that you are quite close to one of the main lines. If you can get close to the Yamanote line, then you're a winner. But it doesn't have to be the Yamanote line, and it also depends on how much traveling you're going to be doing in Japan. If you're going to be traveling on the Shinkansen in a future date, you might want to stay close to one of the Shinkansen stations too. Sorry I wasn't able to answer that any better, but thank you so much. And arigatou gozaimasu. Alicia, I have to add a little asterisk because you have donated twice, and because you've donated twice, I forgot that where is it? I have a special monkey thanks. Right, let's carry on with the questions, because I'm gonna start going for any specific questions that I think is useful. Probably not the airport. Is that answer to the question? Free Run is brilliant. I loved it. I am so obsessed with that series, by the way. It's so good if you haven't watched it. It's like a series with nothing happening, but a lot happening at the same time. It was peaceful. It was nice. I was there for part of the thing. It's worthwhile pointing out that whilst taxis are indeed more expensive than a train journey, when you divide the cost of a taxi by 4 people, they can be worthwhile. Indeed, I agree. It's harder. This is one of the drawbacks of traveling solo. 1 week? What? I discovered you during COVID, Jennifer. Seriously, I was so sad that our trip to Japan and the 2020 Tokyo Olympics had been cancelled, so I started binge watching YouTube videos on Japan to compensate. I think a lot of people did that. Crazy, huh? Indeed, have a great trip. Tokyo, Kanazawa, Osaka, Hiroshima and Tsuruoka nights in 23 days sounds amazing. Is it too much for my first time in Japan? Absolutely no. You'll probably be able to fit a few little day trips also, for sure. 23 days, it's quite a bit of time. Let's see. Any more questions? Do I expect the yen to get stronger? I do. I think or for it to stay similar to where it is now, or where it was maybe back in June. Thanks to Wada for the recommendation there. Ooh, good recommendation. Our hotel, never heard of it, but thanks for the recommendation, Kazumi. Let's see. Loved your last video, Nathan. Very brave. You stirred a lot of conversation on that one. Yeah, the comment section is quite wild, but in a positive way. I think I've had like 1 or 2 people like, how dare you point the finger at Japan? I'm like, what? I didn't point the finger at anyone. I was just talking about generally, you know, like, how dare you say that you want more trash cans? I'm like, no, I said I wasn't advocating for trash cans. Anyway, it was, I think I tamed it down quite a bit, to be honest. It could have been worse. Let's see. Only 50% of people watching here. Smash the like button. Seriously? Only 50? Please smash the like button for Jim Ross, for goodness sake. My coming trip itinerary could be produced as a hardback book. Not 1 moment of downtime when I'm in Japan. Good plan. But please give yourself some time to relax, for goodness sake. Is Mount Fuji visible this time of the year? I heard it's only visible for like 100 days out of the year. I think the cooler it gets in Japan, the more visible and easier it is to see. It's always visible, as in it's just very difficult to see sometimes. That doesn't make sense what I said. What I'm saying is that sometimes you just need to wake up super early in the morning, and it also depends what part of Japan you're trying to see the Mount Fuji from. Are you aware that all the character names are German words? Frieren is freeze. Ooh, no, I did not know. For anybody who hasn't watched Frieren, please watch Frieren. It's pretty cool. Sven, thank you so much for a super chat. Or super thanks, Sven. Much appreciated. Arigatou gozaimasu, Sven. And let me just add you to the list. Sven, where are you watching from, by the way? Question: if I'm interested in doing something that's more Japanese tourist focused, that kind of technical, should I get an interpreter so I can understand? Yeah, in that case I would probably say if it's something very, very technical, you might find that they might actually deny you access. So going with an interpreter or going through some specific experience, and I'm not very sure. Klook is coming up quite a bit in this stream, sorry, but I'm not very sure. You might even be able to find specific experiences with Klook. I did an experience in Okinawa using Klook, which was a snorkeling experience in an island off Okinawa. It's pretty cool. So yeah. I'll say if you put out a trash can and it's full to overflowing, either you need more trash cans or to change them more often. Frieren are quite a spoiler. As a German, the names of Frieren are quite a spoiler. Really? Ooh. Maybe I should not look into it then. NHK morning dramas are always fun. I'm sure they are. Downtime in an onsen. Yes. I don't understand how trash cans can overflow. If it's full, then don't add any more to it. Also, very fair fact. Very fair point there. Also. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna start ending things. We have a question though. We will be arriving in Haneda at 10:30. Do you think there's enough time to get the welcome speaker and pocket Wi-Fi? I read that they close at 11 and can't get eSIM. Then in that case, I would 100% recommend that you get it sent to your hotel and figure out how to get to your hotel without any internet connectivity. That's what I usually do, or what I usually did before I used eSIM. I used to actually get my pocket Wi-Fi or my SIM or whatever sent to my hotel. When you check in, you just say that there should be a package waiting for you. Contact the hotel beforehand and say that to expect a package on your behalf. There's absolutely no problem. That's what I would say in terms of getting the pocket Wi-Fi. In terms of the welcome speaker comes out of a machine, and there should be no limit. The only thing is that no time limit. I mean, the only thing is that the last train might be, last monorail might be just after midnight, but that doesn't mean that you can't get to Tokyo, for example, using the limousine bus service, which sometimes runs a little bit later, a little bit after. Thank you, Grant. Thank you so much, Grant. Let me just arigatou gozaimasu. I'm glad that I can answer 70% of the question. I'm very honest. Sometimes people ask me things, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know and give you some, crazy answer that doesn't make sense. But I'm just going to say, if I don't know something, I'm just going to say it. I don't know everything. Really, let me add you to the list of supporters. Thank you so much, Grant. Much appreciated. I know who you're talking about. I've not actually spoken to her though. Thanks, you're welcome. Very, very cheap compared to ATM fees. Let's see. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. It's been good. It's been fun. Always good. This Wednesday we should be seeing a Happy Gaijin stream. By the way, for those of you who are interested, I will announce it on the day. But we should be seeing a Happy Gaijin stream since I changed to alternating weeks. Well, not alternating. Every Sunday Ninja Monkey stream. That doesn't change. Happy Gaijin will be every other week on a Wednesday, just so that I have a little bit of time to edit on a Wednesday. So. And for those of you interested in getting tickets for Universal Studios, Ghibli Park, and Disney's new expansion, there'll be a video hopefully this weekend giving you insights and examples and information on how to get your tickets with some first-hand info and experience from me. Thank you! The second channel that I keep on forgetting. There's a bus from Kawaguchiko to Osaka and Kyoto, I'm pretty sure. You'd have to look it up. Alternatively, you could always get a bus to somewhere and then move on to the Shinkansen. Christmas in Tokyo will be crispy, cold. Probably won't snow. Okay guys, once again I just wanted to say a big thank you to those of you who have supported me today. We have Lord McGray, thank you so much. Jim Ross, thanks so much. Japan member for 22 months, and also given a super chat. Thanks so much. Jim Ross has been awesome. Oh look, I didn't notice this one, sorry. Not possible that I've been a member longer than JJI, who has been one the senpais of this channel since before I was here. Thanks, Nathan. I can't believe I missed that. The Sifitisifi, thank you so much. Alicia, thank you so much. Lord McGray again. Alex, thank you so much. And Sven and Grant and Jeff. Much appreciate all of your support. Last minute Jeff sneaking super chat. So arigatou gozaimasu. Let me just add you to, for old time's sake, right? Jeff, thank you so much. But on that note, I need to start getting myself ready because it's now 11:15, and I need to sort myself out for tomorrow for work. So please like before the stream ends, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you haven't watched my my latest video on Ninja Monkey, it's about over tourism and who's to blame, or what are the issues anyway. On that note, stay positive and be happy, Gaijin. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Peace.